it's Pastor Luther, and welcome to another Good News Jesus Bible story at Christ Lutheran Church. As always, I hope this message finds you safe, healthy, and well. Are you ready for your Good News Jesus Bible story? Well, to help me communicate my Good News Jesus Bible story this week, you've probably noticed that I'm wearing some headphones. Sometimes I wear headphones if I'm listening to music and I don't want to disturb other people, or sometimes I use my headphones when I fly on an airplane. And sometimes I put on my headphones and listen to podcasts or videos or music just because I like the feeling of hearing that and only that, because these are special headphones. Not only do I get to hear what I'm listening to on the headphones, but these are noise canceling headphones, and they cancel out the other noise. Like if there's other people around me and they're talking, or there's other traffic, or if there's something else going on outside, these headphones cancel out the noise and help me concentrate and help me listen to what it is that I'm trying to hear and listen to and understand. Well, in our Bible story this week, Jesus cures a deaf man. There's a deaf man who, of course, can't hear. And when he can't hear, he's isolated. He's cut out in the world. It's hard for him to be in the world. It's hard for him to understand the world. It's hard for him to have relationships in the world because he can't hear. And in our Good News Jesus Bible story this week, Jesus cures the deaf man. Now, before I explain that story just a little bit more, I want you to think about something. I want you to think about how you learn to speak, and I want you to contrast that to how you learn to write. How do you learn to speak, and how do you learn to write? Would you talk with your moms and dads and your aunts and uncles and your brothers and sisters for a moment and see if you can figure out the difference between how you learn to speak and how you learn to write. Well, as soon as you are born, you start learning to speak, and you learn to speak when you hear. When you hear other people speaking, you start learning to speak yourself. But writing is different. Someone teaches you to write. You go to school and the teacher gives you a pen and paper, a pencil and paper, and they teach you how to form letters, and they teach you to spell words, and they teach you to put those words together, and you have to do homework, and you have to do lessons, and you have to do all sorts of exercises to learn to write. And learning to write is very different than learning to speak. Learning to write takes direct instruction, and learning to speak comes through hearing. We learn to speak when we learn to hear. All right, let's talk about our Bible story for a moment. In our Good News Jesus Bible story, Jesus cures a deaf man. When Jesus unstops the man's ears, all of a sudden, guess what? Can he write? Nope. As soon as the man can hear, he learns to speak. As soon as the man hears what Jesus says, then he can speak what Jesus says. And that's our good news this week. That Jesus, when he baptizes us, Jesus, when he gives us the gift of faith, Jesus is unplugging our ears. And what we hear, you know what we hear Jesus say? We hear Jesus say, I love you. I love you very much. I love you more than you will know. I love you forever. And when we hear those words, what do we want to do with those words? Well, we want to say the same words to each other. When we hear what Jesus says, when Jesus unplugs our ears and we hear what Jesus says, then automatically, just like the man in our Bible story this week, as soon as we hear what Jesus says, then we want to tell other people what Jesus is saying too. And what does Jesus say? I love you and I love all people, and there's nothing to get in between my love for you, and I want nothing to get in between how you love each other. Okay, the next time you wear your AirPods or headphones, or you see someone wearing headphones, for whatever reason that they are here putting on headphones or wearing headphones or using headphones, you remember that Jesus loves you and Jesus loves all people, and Jesus wants you to hear that message, and Jesus wants you to share that message by telling other people the same good news. Okay, thanks for tuning in for another Good News Jesus Bible story. Have a good week in school. I suppose school is starting for about everyone now. All right. I hope you listen to your teachers, because when you listen to your teachers, then you'll know what to say out in the world too. All right. Bye-bye.